In this video, we're going to be doing an assembly and review of the Onn Blast 5.1 36-inch soundbar. Hey everybody, welcome back. As you can see from that intro, we're going to be doing a review and assembly and a little bit of usage of this Onn brand soundbar. Now, I've always been a little bit on the fence with these soundbars. Always was curious how they work, and there's really not a whole lot of videos on them. So we're going to change that today. Let's get this out of the box and talk first impressions and talk some of the specs, etc. And there you have it. Everything that's in the box now out. You have your two smaller speakers. Surround sound speakers is what I plan on using this for. They have what looks to be some sort of like a bass port or a way for the air to escape, improving sound quality, a tweeter, and a larger speaker kind of in the center. And you have your sound bar set up similar to these, just horizontally. And the one that does pretty much all the awesome work is your subwoofer or your bass box, whatever you want to call it. Now, I am a little bit disappointed in quality of the bass box. It just kind of feels and even looks a little cheap. I don't know how well you can see on camera. I'm assuming pretty well. There's no grill over the subwoofer. And it's a 6-inch subwoofer if you're curious. But there's no grill over this. That really could get damaged easily. I think I'm personally going to find some sort of a grill that I could put on here myself. Now, this part does go towards the back of your wall. The port faces out. And it probably doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but I like protecting speakers. I don't like that that's out in the open like that. I just want to protect it. So that's the first thing out of the box that I noticed and was kind of a little disappointed on, like, oh, well, they could have put a little more effort into that. It does come with a remote, nothing super fancy. The buttons don't feel bad quality. They are a rubberized button. You can hear the clicks. Really not that much more to talk about. It does have a treble adjustment, a bass adjustment, an EQ button, your source button for like HDMI, auxiliary, optical, Bluetooth. This does have Bluetooth for like linking your phone if you want to just play music from your phone, which we will test in this video. And then your common buttons in the center like play, pause, volume up, volume down, and skip track or go back. Now, as far as the plastic feels kind of like anything else. It doesn't feel like a super cheap plastic. Nothing's squeaky or rattly, just out of the package. And the same goes for the sound bar. So when it's all said and done, everything that you actually see that isn't going to be down on the ground looks really nice. It does come with a hanging guide. That's right, you can mount these on the wall. I'm looking right at them as I speak. There are spots on the sound bar and on the back of the speakers so you can put something in the wall and hang them right from the wall. The RCA cables that come with it, they are recessed enough where it looks like it wouldn't interfere with hanging them on the wall if that's something you want to do. It does come with one HDMI cable. Speaking of the HDMI, it is HDMI ARC compatible. One other thing before I get into the actual specs of this that I wanted to touch on that I think is nice is the subwoofer is wireless. So you could put the subwoofer kind of wherever you want, obviously within reason. You're not going to have it in a total different room. It's probably not going to even connect. But it is wireless. There is a pairing button on the back of the sub box. You hit that once this is plugged in, everything pairs up, and you're good to go. And these are the instructions you get. You can pause and zoom in on the video if you want to. If you're buying this, you're going to have the same instructions There's really not a whole lot here. It goes over a little bit of the HDMI stuff. It goes into how to pair stuff, a little bit of information about your remote, etc. There's really not a whole lot there. I just took some time and skimmed over it so you don't have to. Pretty much useless. Okay, full specs on this whole setup before I actually set it up. This whole system is 400 watts peak power. It is a 36-inch soundbar, as mentioned earlier, and 5.1 channels. It has a 100 watt RMS with 2 HDMI ports, 1 ARC, 1 optical port, an auxiliary port, and Bluetooth. As far as specs go, that's all you get. Now, let's get this thing set up in my man cave and see how it sounds. Now, I always like to give a disclaimer for speaker to camera audio. You're never gonna get the full experience that I'm getting through a microphone. No matter how good my microphone is, it's not gonna give you the right idea. So you're gonna have to take my word for it. I am going to include audio, a few different audio sources. I'm gonna test the Bluetooth out, all that kind of stuff. But it's just not going to be like it is in person. So keep that in mind when you're listening to it, and I will give you my honest opinion on it. So, without too much more rambling on, let's get to hooking this thing up. Well, welcome to the rest of the man cave, a side that YouTube has never seen. I am very proud of this space, and I love spending time down here. Anyways, I wasn't going to bore you with hooking all of the stuff up. It's not rocket science, and you don't need me to show you how to plug something into the wall and plug something into the TV. I opted to hook mine in through the HDMI ARC system. I also found out I've been calling it wrong this whole video. It's not ARC, it's called ARC. I then placed all the speakers where I wanted them to. As you can see, the soundbar is right here behind me. Another plus with it being hooked into the ARC is the TV controls the soundbar. So when you turn the TV off, the soundbar turns off with it. When you turn the TV on, the soundbar turns on with it. Another advantage if you're hooking it up through the ARC is your TV volume will control the soundbar volume, and it automatically mutes your TV speakers. So there's no additional settings you have to do through that. It recognizes that the soundbar is hooked up and mutes the TV and acts as its own sound source while using the TV's volume control. So you don't have to use that additional remote once you get your initial settings done. You really kind of can just put that remote away and forget it even ever existed. Let's hear what this thing sounds like. I'm super impressed by it. I think it's great. In this video, we talk about the heated vest made by Kemimoto. Hi, I'm Dale, and this is Dale of All Trades. Come join me in my passions, my repairs, my reviews, and anything in between. Every video is something new, so hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Hey everyone, welcome back. As stated from that intro, we're going to be talking about this heated vest made by Kemimoto. Now, just keep in mind, they did send this vest to me free of charge for the sole purpose of making this video. But I'm not going to let that sway my opinions. I'm going to let you know what I think of it, good or bad. Okay, now we're going to play just some Bluetooth audio from it, and I'm going to try to find a copyright-free song that I can play from my phone. So that was my phone at half, just a little over half volume. The sound was great. The surround sound was good. The bass was really good. No speaker cracking out, nothing like that. All right, everybody, there you have it. My final conclusion on this is I'm really glad I bought it. It's super cheap. The bass is good. Now, only time will tell how the quality stays. And if something changes, I will inform you of it. If something breaks or they start rattling, I will post a follow-up video if anything changes. But for now, I'm really happy with it. I'm glad I bought them. And I think if you were on the fence about them, it's probably something you should consider if you want surround sound and you were on the fence like me and you just didn't know. So take it or leave it. You be the judge. Let me know what you guys think of this surround sound system in the comments below. Do you think they look cheap? Do you think they look chintzy? Do you think the price point's good? Do you think they sounded good? All that kind of stuff. Any questions you have, let me know. I'm super curious to hear from you. I always get back to anybody that leaves comments. That being said, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.
Please subscribe to my dad's channel.